So, welcome everyone to the Community Pharmacy More Profit Roundtable. This is the mini version. We do an hour-long podcast once a month, which happens to fall on the second Wednesday of each month. But then we do this mini roundtable once a week to help community pharmacies learn about some of the amazing clinical services that can help bring more profit to their pharmacy. So, my name's Breck Rice. I'll be your host this afternoon, along with the Vice President of Sales and Marketing from Seniors Home Services, George Veronis, with the Remote Care Today program. We're going to spend a lot of time learning more about today. So I'm glad that you've taken the time out of your busy schedule to be with us. This is an amazing opportunity for pharmacies. You're going to be able to help your senior patients in a way you've never been able to help them before, and bring some pure profit to your pharmacy because there are no costs to you to set this up. So I've been a community pharmacy advocate for more than 20 years, and I host the PBM Reform podcast on the Pharmacy Podcast Network. I'm also the co-founder of ServeRx. ServeRx is a third-party revenue cycle management service for community pharmacies, and I am partnered with every PSAO in the country to be their value-added service to help pharmacies get the fair reimbursements they deserve. So everything that I do with my own company, with the podcast, it's all talking about how to bypass the PBMs for more profit for your pharmacy. And so even though we're making some positive changes on PBM reform, it's a really slow process. It's kind of like a little guy in a rowboat out there chiseling away at the iceberg so that the Titanic doesn't run into it. Well, he may be making progress, but it's sure a lot slower progress than it needs to be. And if we could bypass the iceberg entirely, that would be a much better solution. And so that's what my other podcast series is all about, the Community Pharmacy More Profit Roundtable. And that is our title sponsor, RX One Shop, that does the shopping to find the good deals to help community pharmacies save. And what we wanted to jump into today, though, is specifically this new opportunity for community pharmacies to do remote therapeutic monitoring. Like I said at the beginning, this is going to help you as a pharmacy owner provide a solution and a service to your patients that you've never been able to do before. This is a great opportunity to help them stay independent longer and address the two main concerns that they have: loss of memory and loss of balance. Now, it is the newest CPT code approved by CMS. If you look here at the other programs which Remote Care Today operate in, they do the chronic care management, the remote physiological monitoring, or remote patient monitoring, and then the new kid on the block is this remote therapeutic monitoring. The chronic care management first became an approved CPT code with CMS or Medicare back in 2015. And then remote physiological monitoring or remote patient monitoring was added in 2019. And then remote therapeutic monitoring was added just a couple of years ago and is being utilized successfully by big health systems or carriers like Mutual of Omaha, and some employer groups are using it as well. But this is the first time that it's been offered through community pharmacies. So this is an amazing opportunity for the community pharmacy to get involved. I'll cover one more quick slide, and then I want to turn some time over to George to share this amazing opportunity. And I'll mention that the remote therapeutic monitoring is step one in a 3 steps to success with providing clinical services at your community pharmacy. I've always been a big advocate that pharmacies need to bring in at least a third of their revenue through other channels. You can't just depend on just dispensing medication any longer. The PBMs just don't pay you enough on just focusing on dispensing. And so clinical services is the next frontier for community pharmacies. And it starts with remote therapeutic monitoring. Like I mentioned, there's no cost to the pharmacy, doesn't take any extra staff to do this program. program, and it will bring pure profit to your pharmacy. Step two is not required, but if you are interested, it's a way to expand your scope of services into additional medical billing solutions. I'll touch on that a little later in the program. And then step three is a full brick and mortar clinic that is owned by the pharmacy, but is managed and staffed for you. So that is another program. Again, you can do step one completely independent, never take step two and step three. You just can't do step three without step two. Step two is a prerequisite for doing the full HIPAA compliant clinical room. So, George, tell us more about this amazing program for seniors.
Well, thank you, and thanks for everybody being on, and Breck for the opportunity to share this with you and to go out to all the community pharmacists. So, first of all, RTM, as Breck said, it just came out in 2022. It's rather new. A lot of people aren't taking advantage of it, yet Medicare is pushing it, which I'll show you in a second. But first thing to know is how easily people qualify that are seniors, and this is paid again by Medicare Plan B and the Advantage Plan. So, basically any medical conditions that are covered here to the left. And when you look at it, who doesn't have issues with muscles, joints, tendons, ligaments, nerves, respiratory issues, doesn't have medication management? And then if you look at the middle column, I know both my parents, and of course, I'm just becoming senior, who doesn't have some kind of pain, stiffness, weakness, swelling, limited range of motion, numbness, etc., or balance. So it covers all that. And if people go in our program, it's a 8 to 10 minute program every other day. You could do it every day, but if they do it every other day, it's taken care of. So the main thing is the concerns that seniors have today. And this is why Medicare is so on top of this. It's the leading cause of injury is falling. 50 billion was spent this year on healthcare system with falling alone. It's increasing like crazy. Cognitive impairment is a significant contributor to falling. So that's why we also work on the brain side. Dementia increases falls by 300%. And someone's falling all the time. And my mom's 91 years old and carries a cane, and I always say she needs a walker, and she's stubborn, and all I ever think about, she might be the next one to fall. And then, obviously cognitive issues are a big issue, and people are declining. You see 2/3 of seniors every 65 seconds, someone is diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Dementia can actually be delayed 5 to 8 years, even prevented with a structured program like we have. And then people do they lose a lot of savings, of course, quality of life. So that's why Medicare is paying. And when you think about it, the number one and two issues that seniors are always thinking about are, I don't want to lose my memory, and I sure don't want to fall. So you're going to see a little video in the next 15, not 15, next 10 minutes. I'm going to show you a series of videos that explains this program in detail. And then we'll open up for some questions at the end. So this is a brief one about our brain health system.
As an independent pharmacist, you already know your patients count on you. And with reimbursement challenges and tight margins, finding new revenue streams that actually help your patients is more important than ever. That's why we're happy to introduce you to Brain Health Plus, a remote therapeutic monitoring program, RTM, covered by Medicare Part B and most Medicare Advantage plans, designed to improve memory, balance, and cognitive function in just 5 to 10 minutes a day. It does this with fun exercises and games that stimulate the brain, increasing neuroplasticity. Your patients can access Brain Health Plus from their smartphone, tablet, or computer. It's a one-of-a-kind RTM platform that offers engaging, fun, and clinically proven activities to improve cognitive health, prevent falls, and helps your senior patients stay independent longer. We're talking about daily brain games, interactive motion sensing exercises, motivational health content, medication management tools like being able to scan your medicines right into the system, reminders of when to take medicines, potential drug-to-drug interactions, and even geofencing alerts, so loved ones are notified if a patient visits the ER or hospital. Every patient also gets a 30-second biometric facial scan they can do at home so they can scan their face and track their health as often as they wish. This amazing technology lets them track important health vitals like blood pressure, heart rate, and oxygen levels with 96% accuracy. Done with a smartphone or even a computer, it keeps patients motivated and engaged without replacing their medical care. And here's the best part. We do it all for you. You get a fully turnkey solution. Flyers, posters, bag stuffers, and patient onboarding handled entirely by us. We even do all the Medicare billing. No added staff time, no upfront cost. In fact, no cost to you ever. Just real results for your patients, such as a clinically proven decrease in falls and better memory. And you can earn administrative service fees for simply reviewing monthly patient progress reports for each participating patient, which will significantly add additional profits to your bottom line. Brain Health Plus, easy for you, powerful for your patients, and great for your pharmacy.
So the neat thing about this is that, you can see it improves all the issues on the left there, but more importantly, we have 3 different programs within our platform. So someone might want to work just on their brain, their cognitive issues, and there's just all those brain games that you just saw. Other people want to get a little physical exercise, a little bit build on their coordination to help their balance so they're not falling. And then there's a combination program. So I want to give you an idea of what the patient sees and the program that most people are doing right now. Do you not have the program, Breck?
I've got the demonstration here, the testimonial from Paul, if you want to play that, because that's
Yeah, okay, I want to show. Okay, that's fine. So this will give you a combination of a testimony and how the program works. One of them. Go ahead.
yeah, and I really like this one from Paul because it actually shows that he's able to reverse his muscle atrophy, which is really important.
My name is Paul Charney. I live in Tucson, Arizona. I just turned 89 years old, and I hate to exercise. When I had the opportunity to try Ludafit, I found it fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy it because it's a game, and psychologically, I know that it's benefiting me. You move, and the avatar, that is a figure that represents you on the screen, it moves along with you. And it's fun. You hear the shushing of the skis through the snow, and you see obstacles in front of you. You try to avoid the obstacles. And my very favorite, even though it's probably the most strenuous, is the Thai rock climb. What you're doing is climbing up a mountain path, and not only are you sidestepping, but along the path, there are rope ladders. And in order to climb a ladder, you reach your arms up and you just keep moving. My kids saw me exercising, and they wanted to try it. And they were laughing, and, it comes with a lot of giggles anyway. Initially, when I first started it, I had to hold on to a chair. But I found that repeatedly doing the exercise, I got confidence in letting go of the chair. So right now I do it freestanding. Bottom line, I'm sold on it.
So again, you can see that's the kind of results we get from the senior population. And again, it's our biggest concerns. The other thing that's really important to let all the pharmacists know is that we provide you all the marketing materials. So we have posters, we have flyers. We're actually not going to do bag stuffers anymore. We're going to actually give you bags that have all our information on, very high quality bags. And then we're going to have displays. We have scanners. We have all kinds of other tools we can give you. And then when you do use our one tool for texting, you provide us your list of patients. And again, you're under HIPAA and BAA. We'll create a landing page for you, all your own information, your QR code. And then inside that, you'll create a video that'll say basically like, hi, I'm Dr. Jones. I love to share with my patients a beautiful program that'll help you with cognitive issues and balance. Would you watch the video below? And then we show the brain video, and then enrolls right there. So they can automatically enroll. And then we take those patients, we qualify them, we see who can do the program. You're not involved. You don't have to be engaged in any of that part. It's basically just spending a little time, maybe telling them about it when they're walking in and doing a little 30-second assessment. But our engagement tools and our system is getting about 70% enroll that we reach, higher than anybody else. And there's not even really any competition to this platform. So it's very unique for you. And that's one of the biggest differences. So I'll show you just what you need to do for basically about a minute to a minute and a half per patient per month, and you'll get a report. But this video will show you in 30 seconds your role in it with us.
Working with our program is easy for you and your staff. If you choose to review your patient's monthly progress and earn administrative services fees, you will be sent a weekly email notification reminding you to log into your portal and review patient assessments. You or an appropriate member of your staff will review these reports, review the summary data for the patient, add your notes, and then simply click the sign-off box next to the record. It's that easy, and it's that fast.
So that's how simple it is. And again, we figure our goal is to try to help you get at least 100 patients of your seniors on the program. That would equate to $25 a patient, which would be for the administration fee, which would be $2,500 a month on 100 patients. And again, we provide the marketing, patient clicks. Go back, Breck. Sorry, you went a little faster than my. And you enroll the patients, and we provide the service. You review the reports, and you earn those service fees of $25 per patient per month. So this is a residual type of program as they stay on it. And we have a lot of things within that platform to keep people wanting to come back on a daily basis and do it for months and even years, where you'll get paid over and over again. So it's a real simple process. You sign a BAA, we'll send it to you. You schedule an onboarding call where we'll go through all the marketing things with you, and you start earning revenue. And Breck and I have probably met with, I think, over 300 pharmacies so far. I think we have 280 some that have signed up or ready to get started. We're going to kick off this platform in the next 2 weeks. And again, because there's no investment, no cost, it's completely turnkey, and it improves your patient care. It makes a huge difference. So anyway, that's pretty much what I have, Breck. I mean, you could play this video. It kind of just said what I said. But if you want to play it, then I'll send it back to you.
To get started, your next steps are easy. First, complete our agreement and sign the BAA, which ensures HIPAA compliance, and then we'll schedule your onboarding meeting. During this meeting, we'll show you what we mean by a turnkey solution. We'll discuss how we engage patients and the materials we can print and provide you that help patients engage with us. We will then educate and onboard your patients using approved text messages, emails, and friendly phone calls, providing the patient the appropriate programs and coaching, all without any cost to you. And don't forget, you can earn monthly administrative service fees by reviewing your patient's progress. It's about better care for your patients, more profit for your pharmacy, all with a zero out-of-pocket investment. Let's get started.
Yeah, thank you, George, for sharing that amazing opportunity. And you know, like George said, we've talked to a bunch of pharmacies about this, and it's really kind of a no-brainer because there's no capital investment, no extra staff needed. And if you do the breakdown on that administrative service fee, you know, for 100 patients on there, it should take you more than 2 hours of work, and you're getting compensated $2,500 for that. So I'll take that, you know, $1,200 an hour, fee anytime. So great program that it's going to help your seniors in a way you've never been able to help them before. Now, what I wanted to just touch on real quick, because this is a whole separate demo if you are interested in learning more about the fastest growing community health collaboration in the country, which is the Independent Pharmacy Provider Network. This is now taking step 2, or really expanding your scope of services in helping patients in a better way to have better outcomes. And this is filling care gaps in health today. So it's a win-win-win. The patient wins because they have easier, more convenient access to care by going into a community pharmacy rather than waiting around for a week or a month to get in to see their primary care provider. The primary care provider wins because he's still managing the care plan of the patient, and he's getting compensated for that. He's improving his quality scores so he can get higher reimbursements as well. And now that patient isn't taking up a tremendously valuable spot in his already too full calendar, right? But the pharmacy always wins the biggest in this program because on average, 67% of all the bill charges stay with your pharmacy. That is very important to understand because a lot of our clinical pharmacists that have gotten involved in CPAs and doing collaborations with providers in the past didn't make out all that well. The physician took all of the profit. They wanted 80% of the profits, and pharmacies were having a hard time making ends meet with those clinical collaborations in the past. This flips that model on its head, and the pharmacy is controlling the bill charges that are coming through. And again, on average, 67%. So this turns a flu vaccine that you're only getting reimbursed, $17 to $20 into an $85 preventative health visit. Or all of our community pharmacies today are giving away their time and services as, just out of the goodness of their heart to help patients set up their glucose monitors and show them how to get their data from the monitor. Well, once you're in network, you get compensated for that, anywhere between $50 to $150 per month on the for as many patients that you have on those glucose monitors. So an amazing program that, again, is a separate demo, but if you have interest, we'll make sure that you get in contact with the Independent Pharmacy Provider Network. By the way, they already have over 4,000 physicians who are a part of the network. And then they're recruiting your local physicians as well to collaborate with you. The last point that I want to make is the full brick and mortar clinic. This won't be a solution for every pharmacy. You've got to have a footprint area of anywhere between, somewhere around 10 to 12 square feet to put up the walls and the door to make it HIPAA compliant, and also bring in plumbing for the hand washing station that will be required for the clinic. But this three-legged stool here, the first leg is the managed services. It's the build out of your clinic. It's the management of that clinic. The second leg of the stool is pretty interesting concept here. It's the talent exchange. Imagine Uber or Lyft, those rideshare programs, but this is like Uber for medical staff. So instead of having an expensive nurse or nurse practitioner on staff, you only bring them in when you need them. So you post a shift, a nurse fills the shift. It's a pretty unique concept. And then the third leg of the stool is what I'm actually the most excited about, because that is the financial vehicle. Not only will the pharmacy fund help you set up your clinic, but when you pay back the fund, you become a cooperative member of the fund. So now you're helping the next community pharmacy set up their clinic and now earning interest in the fund. And that interest just continues to grow and grow. So it could be a part of your future retirement when you're ready to hand your pharmacy down to the next generation of pharmacists. So that's our program today, what we wanted to share with you. Exciting times for community pharmacy. We've had a lot of bleak years and we've seen a lot of pharmacy closures. And I think these programs will really help you bring the added profitability to your pharmacy that's needed in order to be successful and help your patients in a way you've never been able to help them before. So thank you, George. Appreciate all the information you shared with us today. I thank all of our community pharmacy owners that joined this session this afternoon. We're here to help you any way we can. And this has been the program for today. So thank you for attending.